Hello and welcome to PS Best Friends, episode 46 for the week of April 3rd, 2018. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community, for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. This week, we've got your PlayStation Plus games for April, which are actually available right now as you listen, as well as some updates for Siege, No Man's Sky, PSVR, and more. Before we start, just some quick housekeeping. We are now on Patreon at patreon.com/psbestfriends, where you can back us for any number of dollars, but throw us a couple bucks and you can get yourself a shout out on the show. This podcast will always be free. However, in order to give you a better podcast, we would massively appreciate your support. Please check us out on Patreon, become a bigger part of our community. As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm. Of course, we couldn't give you all the weekly goods without Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What's up?
And the Brooklyn bad boy himself, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up?
Let's get into it. What you guys been playing this week?
Yes, I'll start. Got Ni No Kuni II, Revenant Kingdom, from Gamefly. I'm about, what did the clock say? I think 7 hours into it. The in-game clock measures accurately, which, thank you,
So, like, pause time
5.
and stuff doesn't count?
Pause time doesn't count. If you hit the home button, the PlayStation button doesn't count. All game time, and I love that. I don't know if menu time counts, but whatever. Big fan of this. I played about 20 hours of the first one. I think just something else came up, so I didn't get to finish it, but I really love the first one. And this is pretty much in action RPG, so it's not turn-based, but it has all the other JRPG like mechanics and systems and stuff.
For you, is it better or worse?
I like this better.
Okay.
The first one also wasn't turn-based, but it was a little more linear because it was kind of like, you know, when you have moves and like you execute your moves, but then there's like a bar, like kind of like
It's kind of like Final Fantasy 12.
yeah, very much like that. It's like Xenoblade games like that.
Yeah,
This was the first one I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's how the first one was.
Right, yeah, that's what I was referring to.
But now this one is more run up to an enemy. It engages battle mode very quickly, just like start like on the screen, and you're just hitting square, triangle, light, heavy. Hit R2 and then hit a button to use a spell. L1 to dodge, and you could run away from the guys as well on the fly. So and there's a lot of different like modes and mechanics to the game. Not mechanics, but like different battle types. So like this is the main one, just like doing the square and triangle. But there's also this cool little like you control like an army, like over like a top down kind of. This is, you have to initiate these type of battles. They're called skirmishes. You see them on the overworld map.
Does it turn into like an RTS like?
A little bit.
Like a light version of it or something?
Yeah, simple enough that it's fun and easy to play. And like, if you see one on your map, they're few and far between. But like, you see one on your map, it's like, oh, you know, let me do that quick for some XP. So let me say, actually, the part of the game I was worried most about, the base building, not at all an issue. Think
best part,
more,
man.
Right? I mean, no, because I don't like the, what is it called in Fallout 4?
Oh,
your
the
settlements.
Bill's building in there? Yeah, that's...
It
so dumb.
was like
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know, like a sanctuary
workshop or something, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was more like, oh, this is base building, but you gotta be creative, which I'm not really a creative guy, so I didn't really like that. But this is more, think Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Where it's just like buy upgrades.
Yeah, so it's very simple menus. It's like, oh, level up the shops in your town and you'll get more money from them. Very simple.
It's kind of how Bravely Default was too.
So you don't need to actually build the house or the building. You just purchase a building, or...
You do, but there's like areas for them. So it's like,
It's like super streamlined.
Yeah, very streamlined. It's not like, oh, I got to build the fence to this and then build the table.
No,
it's
just the building and it puts it on there.
Yeah, place level 1.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Item shop here, yeah. So that's actually, I enjoy that a lot. The story's very weird, but I'm really into it. Pretty much in the
I like the beginning of the game, so...
Yeah, you saw it? It's the pretty much, you know, the president of the cutscene is showing president of U.S., and some explosion happens, or some portal opens
a
up.
nuke or something.
Yeah, right? And then you get transported to
so dumb.
this fantastical world where you meet this half like animal, half human prince
Aren't you a half? Aren't you like a teen president or some shit like that?
I don't know the age of Roland. He seems like he looks younger than.
It looks
for
kind of
him
whack
to be a
me.
president. He needs to be older, 32 years old. So I don't know, man.
He looks like a Justin Trudeau esque character, the Canadian Prime Minister.
I don't know. It's a little too wacky for what I'm looking for right now. I do want to get to it. It's on my queue. It is on my queue. But
yeah, so the idea is Revenant Kingdom. You're trying to build the kingdom, and I like all the systems. I'm really enjoying it. I highly recommend it, even if you're really not into. If you played a couple of JRPGs here and there, but you don't love the series, I still recommend it. I think a lot of people enjoy it. It's very streamlined.
Is the gameplay kind of like? Did you ever play Dragon Quest Warriors?
No, but isn't that just a Musou game, like a Dynasty Warriors game?
No, it's.
I think
it's not part of. It's not part of the Warriors franchise. It is different, but
there was a demo of it on Switch, right?
That's Dragon Quest Builders demo on Switch.
No, I think also.
No, Dragon Quest Warriors isn't on Switch. You're thinking Fire Emblem Warriors.
Is it like Fire Emblem Warriors?
No, it's not. It's not in the same. I don't think it's in the same franchise.
Oh, really? Interesting. But yes, I don't know. I haven't played that.
It's open world versus zone based. Like Musous are very zone based. But anyway, we're getting off track. Miguel and I played the other big game that came out recently, this past week, and that was Far Cry 5. Now,
should I say it or should I?
Let me say my thoughts on the campaign first, and then we will get to arcade. Because arcade, I'm going to treat separately in this conversation right now. The campaign,
Same.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed in the campaign.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I want to say, I don't know. I want to say 6 to 8, maybe.
Okay, because I've been sick, like I said.
Maybe a little more.
I don't know if I said it. I've been probably like around 2 or 3 hours.
So I pretty much have.
I don't have much time to play.
I pretty much almost have the entire bottom. There's 3 giant like major zones on the map. I pretty much have the entire bottom zone almost cleared out.
It's funny, because I spent probably more time in the arcade than the actual campaign. But we'll get into it in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed, and it's not a bad game by any means. It's actually it's a very good game. From the campaign sense of like it's a Far Cry game, you know, you're clearing outposts, you're sniping people with a bow, you're all that stuff. That said, the gunplay in this game, and this ties into arcade a little bit too, actually a lot. It's actually the major reason for our thoughts on arcade. Is the gunplay is bad.
That
it's very
automatic.
Bad. It's very bad. You need attachments for your weapons in this game, which you can buy in the campaign for your guns in campaign. In arcade, if you're playing on a map that doesn't have attachments on the guns because they're pre-made maps, it's impossible. The recoil on these guns is it doesn't make any sense. You could be like the hit detection is worse than PUBG. It's just it's fascinating. Like it's almost encouraging you to go do melee stuff or to use a pistol or to use a bow.
I feel like this problem has been on the past 4 and 3.
But I don't feel like it was this bad in 3 or 4 though. I feel like I'm
noticing
one of the reasons
why
I
stopped playing those games too. Because the guns just feel really bad, and I was like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and try 3.
Like right now, I'm using a shotgun, a sniper, or a pistol.
There's so much sway on the guns for no reason. Like it's trying to make it super realistic with the amount of gun sway, and it's just it doesn't make it fun.
It doesn't need it.
So hard. It doesn't need it at all.
The game doesn't need it.
More so than the past games?
From my memory, I feel like I'm noticing it more with 5. It could have been that way in the past 2.
Or it could just be me telling you.
But it feels more. I don't know if maybe they changed the engine with this one. I don't know.
Because that's always been my hang-up with Far Cry. Like I don't like how the guns feel. So I mean,
you're really not gonna like this one then. But so that's just one reason why I'm a little disappointed.
You'll be okay just with a pistol, dude. They die.
Yeah, pistol and the bow. Use a pistol and the bow.
Or a shotgun.
I cleared an entire outpost with like a pistol one time. But the other thing I'm a little disappointed in is, and this is a personal preference, not I wouldn't like take points off of like a score for this. Maybe
okay.
I might take maybe like a half point off. it just feels easy. It just feels so easy. Like in Far Cry 3 and 4 as well. More so 3, I think, though. There was such an emphasis on crafting, and like you have to craft all your own holsters and gear and all these things. And I feel like Far Cry 5, it just kind of hands you all this stuff. And it's like, I feel like I'm just kind of going through the numbers. I feel like I'm going through the numbers with this game versus 3 and 4. Like, I feel like I earned all my stuff. Because they changed it to a perk system. So, like I said, it's a preference thing. I'm not saying it's good or bad.
I mean,
but Far Cry to me was always had a survival element.
If you don't get that perk, you're still gonna have to craft. So there you go, problem solved for you.
No, I'm talking like a gun holster in like all the different types of like ammo, like ammo capacities and all that stuff. You had to craft it by hunting animals, and it's. I mean, it's
look at the place that you're at.
It's a video game. You can go hunt 100 bears if you wanted to. You're just not going to get any. You know, what I mean, they could have did it. I don't know. Like I said,
I'm saying, look at the setting. You're in the USA. You're able
there's
to
plenty
buy
of
those
animals
guns
to hunt that you can.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. But you could buy all that stuff if you have the money. Not in like 3 and 4.
But I mean that's. No, because you can buy things in past games. Like you were able to buy rocket launchers and shit. Like you could buy a rocket launcher, but you can't buy a gun holster. I'm saying you're getting into a little bit of semantics with it. That's just my opinion. Is I feel like the game is very easy. I feel like it hands you a lot of things, and not that I want it especially hard, but I want to be able. I don't know. Far Cry to me, like I said, it was always kind of a survival. It had a survival element to it, and I feel like they kind of toned that down heavily for Far Cry 5.
Survival.
Yeah, definitely. I think not survival from like a horde mode type of survival. I mean like you feel like you're a dude that's like, oh, I need to hunt for all this shit, or I need to craft all these things, and I feel like I haven't even crafted anything. I don't think in 5, and I'm like 6 to 8 hours in. I think.
I mean, you need, if you want to, you could craft like a grenade or.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like on your tool.
In the past games, you had to. In this game, it's you can if you want. So
I mean, you can buy some if you run out. If you have the materials, you're able to craft them. I mean,
I know, but what I'm saying is, it feels like this game is just a lot easier.
I get it.
You're missing.
You got an option.
You're not letting me like talk about my opinion though. I keep that's what I think. I think this game is too easy. So we'll see. I still got to put a lot more time in it. What the fuck at me for? What do you mean?
I'm not letting you talk. You just keep saying the same thing. That it's
you're telling me things that it's like you're saying things like, oh, but you can go craft it if you want.
I'm just trying to take the other side.
I'm just saying, in past Far Cry games, it was different. In this game, it feels like they stripped a lot of that out. I don't know why. Let's move on to arcade.
Some other thing, we played some Fortnite. We got our asses kicked, right? The 2 days that we played.
Yeah, there was one night it was really. Well, hold on, let's talk about arcade in Far Cry.
Oh, that's right.
So it's Far Cry Arcade is very bad. It is maybe the worst multiplayer I've played ever in a game made by a AAA publisher.
I mean, the only reason we did it
was the worst multiplayer I've ever played by a AAA publisher.
Right?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. The maps are all user made. You have to get one of the trophies. Not all of them. There's like 6
the trophy
Ubisoft
that we need.
ones.
Exactly. The trophy that we need to. There's the what's it called? Get 10 wins and
10 wins
maps.
On featured maps, which are Ubisoft
and
made
multiplayer.
Maps. And
but
you don't
it doesn't
always get
tell
them.
you. It doesn't tell you which ones are until you go to the map and press square. I think it is, or triangle.
Triangle, and it shows you like who the creator of it.
Made by Ubisoft,
but the other thing too is
maps.
The other thing too is you can't search for those maps. So you jump into multiplayer, and then you don't get a Ubisoft map, and then it comes to the vote at the end of the match, and then a bunch of idiots that you're with choose a non-Ubisoft map, so then you're stuck in a loop, and then you either need to back out and try to find another match, and then you find a non-Ubisoft match, finish that match, and then hope that you vote for a Ubisoft match again, or you finish that. You know what I mean? It's just. It's nonsense, and the gunplay is terrible. You have to get 100 kills for one of the trophies, which you and I both got it pretty quickly.
Yeah,
actually.
we got it pretty quick.
But it's just a pain in the ass. It was more that we just weren't having fun with it than it was hard.
No, it wasn't fun. I was pissed
because I think you and I got it. You and I popped it. I think the same day for the kills. And
yeah,
then I
popped it, and then you popped it like half an hour later.
It's just not fun. It's just not fun at all.
It's bad.
But yes,
there's no curation.
I'm planning on, that's my next game on my queue. I'm actually update on Monster Hunter World. I don't know. I don't think, you know what killed it for me, by the way, which is such a sad state of affairs? there was this hard monster to beat, and I invited a bunch of my Destiny guys, because all my Destiny clan members are on Monster Hunter now. And I'm like, oh, yo, help me with this. And they're all like 50 levels above me, and they dice up like a couple monsters. I'm like, oh, that was fun, playing with way more experienced guys, even though it's barely doing nothing. And then I went back in early this week by myself, and I'm like, ooh, I'm not ready for the next monster, really, because they kind of helped me get there. And they were just like, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. Like, this didn't seem the game for me, like a good grind replacement. So I'm going to send that back, and hopefully I'll get Far Cry 5. But then what you guys just mentioned, I actually have been playing a good amount of Fortnite recently.
Not with us, man.
Really?
Not with you, yeah. Well,
Scumbag.
yeah. I've been playing a bunch with my brother on my setup right here where I'm recording this podcast, because I got 2 screens and a PS4 and a PC. So
You playing on PS4 and PC?
he's so you can do crossplay. So he's playing on his PSN on PS4 on this screen, and then on the screen right up to the side, I'm playing on my BattleNet PC, Mr. Brawl 96, and loads of fun. Really enjoying it. The couch co-op is still
we love
alive to some degree. I still have kind of the same issues with Fortnite. I'm not the biggest fan of the shooting. I think could be improved upon. Just because.
See, I think Fortnite is better than PUBG's shooting by a long shot, but we'll disagree on that until the sun turns blue.
Can
Can it get better? I mean, it could get tighter, but that's how they. It's a third-person game. I think that's how they balance the zoom from the gun.
I mean, Epic. Gears of War was one of the gold standard of third-person games, and it's running on the same engine. I mean, I don't know if the same developers. Different teams definitely. Well,
yeah,
I would like to see. I bet the shooting's going to
improve. The team
improve.
that did Gears is now with
Coalition.
I mean, it keeps improving.
Exactly.
It's a different game. You can't really compare it to Gears.
Yeah. No, I'm
saying it is third person, so I get you.
I'm saying there's like other third person games that shoot better, is what I'm saying, and this is a third person shooter.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone plays this game because this is a premier shooter game. I think they play.
I still suck at the building.
That takes a while to get used.
It takes a lot of practice. That's
the last thing you need to master it.
When I pull off the ninja, where he does the I guess everyone does it, like the pro strat, where you do the build for things around
really
you,
quick.
then the steps, and then you build another, and then like, whoa, pro strats, really enjoy that. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. And anything else before we move on?
One more thing, I started playing Life is Strange
Before the Storm.
Before the Storm. I was gonna call it the other thing.
After the storm.
Yeah. I played the first episode. If I talk about it, I'm gonna spoil stuff, so I'm not. It's really good. I really, really like it. I'm gonna finish it probably tonight.
I played the opening section of it, and I really liked just that opening section. So,
and just to update everyone who doesn't know, I haven't played any Life is Strange game. Do I play Before the Storm first, or do I play the main game first?
Play Life is Strange first. I say play Life is Strange first. I say play Life is Strange first.
Actually, it doesn't matter because this is before.
Technically, it doesn't matter, but you're going to be more attached to Chloe if you play Life is Strange 1.
Yes.
So those are the
or
two
you
things.
could.
I recommend.
Yes
season
to
1
Anthony,
first.
but it doesn't matter technically because this is before what happens after.
But if you want to appreciate the characters more, play the first one first.
Yep.
Interesting note. And also shout out, by the way, in terms of choice-based games, there was a picture for the Walking Dead final season that had a adult Clementine, and someone compared it to the original press art from back in 2012. You remember that? For Walking Dead season 1, and it was like Clementine and Lee in the same pose. Mm-hmm. No spoilers there, of course. But yeah, that's cool. I guess really over 6 years, seeing a character grow up with your choices. I think it's really interesting.
Too bad I stopped playing after the first season.
Yes, Ed, I also
stopped playing
after
after the middle of
2.
episode 5.
But it's not time for Walking Dead season 4 because it is time for the Islander report.
There'll be some news.
There are 11 items on the list.
A captain's count.
Kind of fast. I don't think there's going to be enough time for those jingle bells. We'll see. First up, from PlayStation Blog by James Hallahan, it's PlayStation Plus time. And here are the free games of the month for April 2018. First up, we got Mad Max and Trackmania Turbo and In Space We Brawl for the PS4. For PS3, we have In Space We Brawl as well. It's cross-buy. Toy Home, 99 Okay, I should have just said each one by itself. Whatever. And then the last two are 99 Vitas, which is on the Vita, PS3, and PS4, and Qbert Rebooted, which is on all 3 PlayStation platforms as
So
well.
those last two is the reason why I think that when they quote unquote get rid of PS3 and Vita games, we're still gonna get them in Plus. It's just not gonna be extra. It's gonna if we get them, it'll be one of the main 2.
But what a game, man! What a game, Mad Max game of the century. Ooh.
Nice.
So I'm finally gonna get to experience the glory of Mad Max on today. If
it's actually really fun, dude. Really fun.
I heard it's just a fun game if you just kind of want to fuck around.
Yeah,
just
it's
check
great
boxes
for that,
or whatever,
especially when you're driving.
I'm interested in Trackmania because
Something
there
else.
is a VR mode for Trackmania.
Oh, I did.
But
not
is
know
it
that.
included though? Cause
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's like a sneaky
article-
little VR game in the Plus games this month. I don't know to what extent it's in it. I mean, it might just be that like first person mode you were talking about with Roller Coaster Tycoon the other week.
Oh, okay.
Might just be that, but who knows?
But yeah, following the 2 hits that were Bloodborne and Ratchet & Clank, I think Mad Max and I can't speak for Trackmania, but I think Mad Max is a good enough title that we're still getting top titles on PlayStation Plus.
It's a good month. If last month wasn't so great, I think we would think a little better this month. So that being said, I think it's a good month. Good, not great. Good.
I agree.
Over on IGN by Jonathan Dornbush, Hello Games has announced that its open universe space exploration game No Man's Sky will be available for Xbox One this summer. Additionally, this summer, Hello Games will release No Man's Sky Next, the next major free update to the game. The update is free for all existing players and is, according to Hello Games, the game's biggest update so far. So did you guys get a chance
My
to see
question
what
is:
this offers?
Is it too late?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I mean, it's not too late for the people
Would
playing it.
would it bring people back to the game?
I got to see what's in this update.
I don't
but
know what
doubt
it is in the thing, right? Like you said, but if it's, let's just say this is something huge that's gonna change the game, would you think people are gonna go back and play it?
I think that this is one of those games like Titanfall 1 where it's like people want a campaign. Whether it makes sense, whether this is the type of game for a campaign, I don't know. That's not for me to answer.
They
I
did
think
something like that last summer. They
But I
made that
tried
big
it and
update,
it's not
Oh,
really.
you did play that?
It's
I mean,
not
wasn't
really.
it the problem that like every planet looked similar and there wasn't
A
nothing
lot of
new?
planets look similar. There wasn't any cool looking planets like in
That's
that
what I'm
first
saying.
trailer they showed with the dinosaurs.
I'm sure
and
right
shit.
now if you jump in it, I'm sure planets look a little bit different. But
And
I don't
speaking
know.
of other games that are moving to Xbox, Hellblade got a release date for
yes,
Xbox One, so that's cool.
true.
I thought that
More
was
people get to play Hellblade.
That's good.
exclusivity deal.
That's
which
Hellblade
good that more
is
people
great.
get to play it.
It's amazing.
Next up, earlier this year, Sony announced a temporary price drop on PSVR and PSVR bundles. And as expected, those temporary prices drops are permanent, meaning you can now save $100 or even a little more on PSVR. So the prices now are Skyrim VR bundle, which is headset, wands, camera, and Skyrim VR.
It's
for
the whole
$350.
complete shebang.
That's the one to buy.
That's one to buy. And Doom VFR bundle for $300. I don't think that offers the wands. Do you know, Anthony?
Doom VR
I
doesn't.
don't think so.
Not the
yeah,
ones.
I don't think so. I think
Does it
that's
offer the
why.
camera?
It's everything
I think
else,
that's why
but
Skyrim is-
not the one.
Does Doom offer the
It
camera?
has a
Do you know?
camera. It has a camera. It has the.
It has everything but the wands.
It's
And then if you have your own wands from back in the day in PS3, you could get for $275.
just the
Is that
headset
right?
and the camera.
Just the headset and camera. That's a weird price.
Yeah,
It's a very strange
there's no
price.
point of buying that.
$276.
But that's what
That's
it
weird.
is.
Yeah, I think the Skyrim one's the way to go. But I mean, if you have, you should, if you have been keeping up with your Plus games past 6 months or so, should have a couple banked on Plus games for VR games. So if you don't
Until
care
Dawn, you
about
should
Skyrim,
have. You
should have Until Dawn,
Riggs,
Rush of Blood. You should have.
Riggs and Starblood Arena.
Yep, I thought there was one other one. Maybe
Do not play Ricks for your first game,
Nice.
not
Yes.
your first game.
Letting
You,
you
yeah,
guys
you
know.
throw up.
That's true.
because that's what I did. Wasn't a good idea.
But didn't you
So
just like shake your head like this?
Yeah. You had to test it.
Yeah, because it told you to fucking shake your head, so I did it really fast, and that fucked me.
Did it? I don't whatever. But
Yeah,
so-
like
so
to
I-
move to the side
It
and
says-
then
it's
check
like
it
how
out.
it
right,
said
so
to
that's
move
what it
and
was.
it said shake
And
your
I
head
just fucking
violently.
did this.
I saw a funny tweet that was like that maybe this might connect because Ready Player One, and they're kind of like, oh, let's make an announcement right now while people are talking about.
I don't
future
think
tech.
that. Maybe I don't
Maybe
think so
so.
though, but maybe.
Next up, Activision. Activision finally made a Call of Duty announcement. You guys. I bet you guys know what it is, right?
Yeah, that
Of
was
course,
lovely.
it is the second DLC pack for World War II. It's going to introduce 3 new maps, of course, a new war mode, which says aerial combat. They haven't specified that. I think that's just going to be kind of on rails to a degree. I don't know. I can't imagine fully controlled air
Well, you never know because
Yeah.
I don't remember there
And then
being any
there's
aerial
zombie map.
combat in World War II, but I remember there was the Jackal stuff in Infinite Warfare. So maybe
But
they're
that-
using that tech. I don't know.
Oh, the space.
I'm not saying I
jackal,
would
yes,
want
yes.
it. I'm not saying I would want it, but maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I actually didn't mind the Jackal stuff in Infinite Warfare, to be honest.
They haven't been showing. Did they show a trailer for this?
That was what I was gonna let you finish, and then I was gonna say
Yeah.
this is the first time that they didn't put out a trailer with the announcement of the DLC, which is
They
weird.
they did that for a couple map packs as well in Infinite Warfare. Specifically,
I was out in that game.
the
since the
final
beginning.
map pack, the final end all for the zombies. They didn't have a trailer, and it was very weird. But I mean, these maps do look cool. The 3 maps is secret German V2 rocket facility, the pyramids of Giza, the pyramids at Giza, I guess, and then the city of
And of
Dunkirk.
course, the last one.
So that's very cool. If you have the World War II season pass,
Very meh.
get excited. Next up,
Nope.
Techland's latest update adds a slew of new content to Dying Light. You remember that zombie game a couple years ago? Including
Well,
a prison
January
heist mode on
2016,
Prison
I think.
Island and a zombie Easter egg hunt.
It's
Oh,
awesome they
there's-
keep supporting this game. I don't even own it anymore, but it's just cool that they're supporting it.
Plus,
Yes.
they're gonna add in the next couple of weeks, maybe in a month, that mode, Battle Royale mode they're adding.
I heard
Oh
some
yeah,
cool
there's like a
modes
battle
being
royal
added.
mode with zombies in it, so that's gonna be neat.
Yeah.
I kind of want to pick it up again if it goes on sale just for that, just to try it. The game's fun. The
I-
game's very fun. I just think I think other stuff came out. I just moved on, but it was fun for when I played it.
And I forgot, but did we talk about Killing Floor 2's update last week?
No, we did not. I don't think.
So
So.
that had a
No.
major update recently that added endless modes as well as new maps, new enemies, and I think one more thing, but I'm forgetting. But it was a huge update. It was like 8 gig. It downloaded. I also watched the trailer.
I remember
it's
seeing
new.
that download, like that update down. I was like, that's a big update, but I didn't process like, oh, there's a
but yeah.
new like actual like event update.
Endless mode and new maps. So check that out. It's free update.
Great game, Plus game if you have been subscribed to Plus.
Next up. Oh wow, this is on the news. Rainbow Six Siege's
Yeah, that's
weapons
big,
will have
huge
their
news.
recoil
news.
patterns corrected in upcoming update. Okay.
It's huge news. Are
That's
you kidding me?
very huge
fair
news
enough, fair
for
enough, fair
Rainbow
enough.
Six.
And if
See,
we're talking
you don't
about-
play the
This is
game,
gonna
so you
totally,
don't know what
totally
Hey, I
rebalance the
said it.
game.
And if we're talking quick updates, I have played more of Destiny 2's Gotta Go Fast update, and
How is that actually? I was actually going to ask you about it.
I heard
it,
mixed reactions on it, so
it fixes some parts of Crucible. It doesn't break anything, and it doesn't do anything bad. It doesn't. Nothing is lowered now.
it just goes up one bump, I guess.
It's a little bump.
A little
Yeah,
bit?
it's nice. I don't think they should have hyped it as much as they did. I think that was really unfair. How God, like this is the huge update. It's like no guys, this just
This is just an update.
Like the huge
should
update
be-
is going to be in like a
should
bunch
have
of
been,
in a while.
May. Yeah, supposedly though some Redditors have been doing the math on when we see trailers, and we should see a Destiny 2 DLC trailer this week.
So what's the next DLC, or did they not announce officially yet?
May. No official details on that, but it's something in Mars. Next up, Frontier Developments' Dinosaur Park Management Sim Jurassic World Evolution will be released digitally on June 12th and physically on July 3rd. If you guys haven't,
very interesting.
Jeff Goldblum has been doing a huge press tour for this game, and he is creating some funny videos. Just search Jeff Goldblum's reactions to video game characters. There's some video.
I think there was something on IGN that he did.
He did like
Yeah.
impersonations. Impressions is the word. Very funny stuff. Jeff Goldblum is the man. I rewatched some scenes from Thor Ragnarok, and damn, he is so freaking good in that.
He's the main reason I'm excited for Jurassic World 2.
He's in it. I really have. I see the trailer.
Yeah, he's like
for a bunch of movies.
directly in the trailer for it.
I forgot, but I'm not really excited for that. Next up, Dragon
Was that
Age
Dave from
Quest
Birthday?
11: Echoes of an Elusive Age will be released on September 4th in North America and Europe. So this is huge. Dragon Quest is a big game.
And it's not coming for the Switch, which is funny.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Warriors 1 and 2 is coming to Switch, though, so maybe this will come later. Maybe it's just a port issue.
Yeah. But yeah, that's huge. I'm pretty sure it came out in Japan. I know it has a Japanese.
Yeah, I think it came out like last year in Japan.
Next up, Warner Bros. Interactive and Disney have announced Lego The Incredibles from longtime Lego game developer TT Games will be released this year. So this is going to be the first Pixar Lego video game.
When is the movie coming out?
This summer as well.
This year, right?
This summer, yeah.
I still gotta watch.
It'll be around that time period, then most likely.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would try to hit near release of the movie.
That's probably why they didn't release the date.
Force Awakens Lego came out before or after the movie? Came out after, right?
Before.
I don't remember.
You think it came out after December, or even in December?
I think it came out like January.
Really? I feel like that.
It was a weird. It was like a weird release date. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It could be.
Someone let me know if I'm wrong.
Next up, in other news that seems like they're gonna get us mentioning their name at least once a week. THQ Nordic has announced the remaster of Red Faction Guerrilla coming in Q2 of 2018, which I think is very soon, right? Aren't we in Q2?
We are.
Oh no, maybe we're Q1 because of business cycle, which I think starts in the middle of the year. Either way, Red Faction Guerrilla Mars Turd edition features native 4K.
That's the name of the game, dude. That's funny.
Improved lighting, shadows, fully reworked graphics, all the game's DLC, and Steam owners of the original game do not have to buy this. I played the demo of this way back when on PS3. You guys ever
That's cool.
tried this
Steam
out?
owners get it free upgrade.
I
I never got into Red Faction games. I always was told they were really good. I just never played them. I don't know why.
It's really based on the whole Red Faction series is on like heavy destructibility. So if you're into that, then this remaster, this is the good one. They made one after this that people didn't like, but this is the one people like the most.
Is this one with the blue cover or the red cover?
The red one. The blue one was the people didn't like that much.
Okay.
And then last up, we are recording this on April Fools. So of course, you know how they
also
go.
Easter.
They're always April Fool's shenanigans. My favorite of all time, of course, was 10 years ago today. The Legend of Zelda IGN fake live action movie trailer that actually psyched me out. I didn't realize. But today we have Pokemon Go is made all of their sprites and games 8-bit. I think that's really cool. And also, note on that, by the way, I've been playing a lot more because Pokemon Go updated and now has quests and missions and a story.
What are the quests like, though?
It pretty much gives reason to play. It's like, at the end of the 8-step quest, you get to catch Mew, which is really cool. So it's a good incentive. But the quest is pretty much like, catch 10 Pokemon, throw 5 Great Balls, get 5 Pokestops. Just like things to make you incentives to make you want to do things. You know?
Okay. I don't know if I'll get back into it, but it's cool that they added that. That'll give me a reason to like turn it on when I'm at the beach or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you ever turn it on now, you actually have
if Tay and I are walking
things.
around in the center of Brantford, I could be like, oh, let me pop this on for like a second while we're just like walking around.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they should have had this at launch, but whatever. And then another cool April Fool's thing. Final Fantasy 14 has online gathering outdoors, or for short, Final Fantasy 14 Go. But yeah, you know, you could check all the April Fool's things for yourself on internet. But
yeah, nothing really that great this year. There's like every game on the planet. It's like, hey, we're doing a battle royale mode. Like, all right, it wasn't funny the first time.
You know who leans into it heavy? Tech companies. Logitech or HP has like a. And our
Razer did a cool one where they're making a Venom serum. They're like,
oh, Razer, yeah, Razer did.
Yeah.
You drink it and it's less latency or some shit. But like HP had like all our
a Bluetooth
microphones
Pet Rock. That one's kind of funny.
Yeah. Have no BS mode, so like if you're having any business speech.
Fortnite's making an RC battle bus. That's kind of funny. So
yeah, saw that. That was cool. But yeah, it's not time to pick up fake games because, that's the wrong thing. Here are the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by your best friends for the week of April 3rd, 2018.
Very odd week
First
this
up,
week.
Yeah, not that much going on, but, you know, we got some. First up, we have The Adventure Pals, PS4 Digital. Bunny Must Die, Chelsea and the Seven Devils, PS4, PS Vita Digital, out 4.5. Interesting title. Crisis on the Planet of the Apes, a PSVR digital title. So this is some PSV. I don't really know much about this game. This is not the game that Andy Serkis was doing a press tour for. That was Planet of the Apes.
It's a bummer.
Final Frontier.
I thought this was, so that's a bummer. That was on sale this past week.
Some other Frontier word. Yeah, that's like the Telltale type game. 2D. This is VR. I don't know much about it, but interesting time. Dane Gone Feveron, PS4 Digital. Dead Land, PS4. Looks like crappy Steam Greenlight.
Ooh.
Enigmatis 3, The Shadow of Karkala, PS4 Digital.
Looks like a puzzle game.
Epic. Yes, it does. Good call. Puzzle games always have sequels and unnecessary subtitles, you know?
And artwork that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. Epic Dumpster Bear, Dumpster Fire Redux, PS4 Digital.
That is also a Steam Greenlight game, I'm sure.
Flight of Light, PS4 Digital.
Looks rough.
Impact Winter. This looks interesting. PS4 Digital.
There was a trailer for this. Wasn't there a trailer for this at E3? It was maybe it was PSX. It was something.
Ooh.
I think this actually looks kind of cool. If this is the game I'm thinking of, I think it looks kind of cool.
It's kind of a good art style looking winter game.
It's a survival, frozen survival game or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
If it's the game I'm thinking of, it looks very cool. I think it was at PSX. Might have been at like the pre-show.
PSX or games or Paris something.
It was one of the two. I can't. They were both so close together. I can't remember what was what.
Infernium, PS4 Digital. Island Time VR, PSVR Digital. This is that crab game voiced by Greg Miller of Kind of Funny.
Is this same people that made Gary the Gull? Because it looks like it.
That's a good call. I don't know. I do have that demo still in my system that I've never opened.
I think I still have. I did play Gary the Gull, but it's like totally
The King of Fighters 97 Global Match, PS4, PS Vita Digital. If you want a Vita fighting game right now.
Vita lives.
Yeah, right. Yo, Vita somehow still lives in the cross-buy space. Metropolis Lux Obscura, PS4, PS Vita Digital. Minute, I think it might be pronounced, PS4 Digital. Of Mice and Sand Revised, PS4 Digital. Penny Punching Princess, PS Vita Digital. Raining Coins, PS4 Digital, out 4-5. Rememoried, PS4 Digital. Sir Eats a Lot,
like
PS Vita. And a new Weekend album. And the Ready Player One soundtrack. Which I didn't like Ready Player One that much, not really. I like seeing some guys on the screen, but the music was good.
I want to see it. Because some people are like, I didn't like it at all. And some people are like, it's the greatest movie ever. So, very interesting.
I don't understand how people praise it as much as I'm hearing, but...
I'm very curious. I have like really like mediocre expectations. Like I'm assuming it's going to be like a 7 out of 10. So
the thing is, just quick sentence. None of the references feel earned. So it's like, oh, I have an attachment to seeing Tracer on screen, but that's because I like Tracer from her game, not because Ready Player One has a character that I like. You know, it's kind of like, oh, let's take all these things and then
like it's
people
there
feel
just
emotions.
to be there.
Yeah, it's like they're stealing emotions. And it looks like a new link is popping into the...
I didn't put this as news because I didn't thought it was news, but interesting for whoever it just... You were saying something?
This is fucking cool as shit. New TV and video discovery app.
Yeah.
So on the PS4, they changed the app.
No, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Really?
I did it.
Why?
Because I went to
let me say what it is real quick.
Let them go through the stuff that's changing.
So it's now, it's not like how it used to be where it's just like select what app, go hit down.
So if you go to the TV video app, you click on it.
PlayStation.
Yeah, you click on it and it takes you to this fancy looking browser that connects, I think it's Netflix, YouTube,
all the
PS,
all of them,
VR,
really.
PSView,
and
some other...
And it kind of
Hulu,
looks like,
I think.
Like a Netflix, like you know how it shows all of the things.
Yeah.
Hulu, like when it shows all the tiles, but it's all different video sources. So it's like you'll see.
It's basically like the homepage of a Fire Stick. Is basically what it is. If you have an Amazon Fire Stick, it's like the same thing as like the home screen of a Fire Stick. I mean, I said I don't like it. It's
you don't like that it connects everything in one place?
It was all in one place before, and it was easy for me to just like hit down, I go to Hulu. I hit down, I go to Netflix.
I mean, you still were able to do that. So
I know, but it's like now it's got to load this whole thing. It's separate from my UI. I like that it was part of the cross media bar before. I don't know. just adding another extra thing for the system to process, and it
It's
never
for
loads anything as it is
convenience,
anyways.
dude. I mean, it's
See, I think it's less convenient.
I mean, no, I would agree that what would be preferable would just to have Netflix as its own like game on the bar.
Yeah, that's like PS
Rather-
View is its own icon on my home screen. I love that. I just go right
but
to it. I don't need to worry about anything.
I do
I
like.
mean, I don't
how-
watch Netflix on my PS4. It's on the TV, so I don't care.
Yeah, same. I also don't.
I
Use
got
my PS4
Prime
as a media
and
thing.
everything.
Yeah,
on
so
those
out of the
TVs,
three of us,
so-
I'm the only one that actually uses this feature. So
It'll be nice if I want to search for something and I'm
I
like,
think-
oh,
I
I
think
remember what it is. If it's on Prime or Netflix or
I
Hulu,
think the
let me
concept
do
is
that
cool
really quick.
that it's like it brings them all together. So like you're not thinking, oh, do I have to exit out of Hulu right now because I want to watch Stranger Things or I want to watch
Yeah.
Future Man? I have to go back to Hulu.
it's the same.
Now
No, but
they're right
the
next
thing
to each
is,
other.
it's the same as it was before. Now it's just recommending
See,
stuff.
see what they're trying to do is what Xbox wanted to do it when they revealed the
Yeah.
fucking Xbox.
Yeah, the
I'm
one
telling you,
entertainment
this is
system
exactly
they
the
wanted to
same
do.
as what a Fire Stick does. It's nothing new. It's just
Okay,
they're
but
I
making
know
the
it's nothing
UI
new, dude. It's
they're
just-
making the UI load more shit now. That's all it is. So I mean, it's fine. I'll deal with it. Like, it's fine. I'm not gonna get mad about it. I don't like change.
Nice, simple.
Oh,
But
okay,
yeah,
so
that's
that's the
about
problem.
it for the news this week.
So now it is time for Video Game 20 Questions. Video Game 20 Questions is a game that we play where Miguel and Jeffrey have 20 yes or no questions to guess which game is selected for the week. So we have a new rule that we implemented last episode where these two can guess a random game at the start of the game, and if they somehow get it right, then obviously they win. But after that, then we start the 20 questions. They do need to ask what the game's name is by the 20th question, so it's not 20 questions and then guess the game. And also, quick shout out to GameScoop at IGN because that's where we got the idea to do Video Game 20 Questions. Miguel, you wanted to say something before we start?
Oh, question. Did either of you guys finish A Way Out?
I didn't finish it.
I
did
haven't touched
play
it
more.
since. Yeah, I haven't touched it.
Same
okay.
opinions, really. Ryan Clements brought up on the PlayStation blog that I just want to add on to this about A Way Out, just in case you don't listen to the PlayStation blogcast. He was like, "Oh, it's a narrative game, but hold on, aren't you supposed to be talking to the person you're playing with?" And what the game does to remedy that, if that was an issue you're worrying, it gives a lot of space for the people on the couch, like the players, to talk. Like the characters in game do
I did notice that. Yes, I agree.
say quips and such, but it allows space for like you to tell your buddy.
There's a lot of
like, "Oh,
moments
dude,
where you
this
and
is
your friend are
happening,"
like,
something.
"Oh, let's try this," or "Oh, let's go do that," and so I would agree with that.
But yeah, no, I have not finished it. Hopefully, I do want to finish it. But it's not like numero uno on my list.
Yeah,
of
that's.
things
I
to
might
do.
not get to it for a little bit because my friend and I, the friend whose friend code I was using, I don't know what either of our schedules look like right now, so I don't know when I'll get to that. Back to 20 questions. So you may begin. Let me get my
Let's start
tally
with
out.
the OG question, bro.
Well, do
No,
you
hold on.
guys want to take your
we got
freebies
free
first?
games.
Oh, free games. I forgot about that.
I'm gonna go with Parappa the Rappa 1.
Nope.
I'm going with Star Wars Speed Racers. I don't know
Nice.
what the
No.
name. What the
Go ahead.
car-
Start your questions.
game is.
The classic. Did it come out before the PlayStation 4 was released?
Yes.
Oh, could you give me a fucking modern game already? Come on.
Did it came out on the PS3, 360, Wii
Generation,
era?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 360, PS3, Wii.
Is it an
Yes,
exclusive to a platform?
No.
Okay.
Platform.
So am I? Okay.
Is it a first-person game?
No.
Is it a third person game?
Yes.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That is 5 questions.
So third person game.
First game, multi-platform.
Should we ask if it's a shooter?
Yeah. Is your primary weapon? Is it primarily?
Is it a shooter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shooter.
Is
Primary
the genre
shooter.
shooter? That's your
Yeah.
Is the genre? No.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Third-person game, not shooter, probably platformer. Not probably
Yeah,
platformer. That's
yeah, we should ask that.
Is it a platformer? Is the genre platformer? Would you say?
Define platformer. What's your definition of a platformer?
Yeah, no, that is very true. Because platformer is such a bullshit genre these days, especially in that era.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because platformers to me, it's more like the old school, like PS1 days, or like even older than that, like Mario.
Yeah, fair enough. Back up on that question.
Let's go by studios.
No, hold on.
See,
Is it based in a realistic setting?
Yes.
Realistic setting, third-person game, multi-platform.
Now you're saying the setting itself, not things that happen in the game, just the setting.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Like
That's
where
my
it
bad on
takes
the wording.
place.
Yeah, the setting of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, but it could be like Earth and magical Earth, you know? No, I don't know. I meant that, but whatever, I'll take it. It takes place on Earth. Miguel, what do you got?
Is the publisher? I'm asking this to Jeff, not to you, Anthony. I'm thinking of asking for the publisher if it's in the U.S. or outside the U.S. Or should we ask if the developer is still active? Or we could ask if it's part of a series.
Yeah, part of the series. Is it part of the series?
Yes.
Okay, good stuff. Should we ask if the publisher or the developer?
Yeah, was it? Ooh, that's a crazy question. Like, was it published in the U.S. or was it developed in the U.S.?
No, is the publisher from not? Is the publisher from the U.S.?
The publisher.
Yeah, the publisher.
Is the question. Publishers from the U.S.
Okay.
I guess I really just get to Ubisoft out of it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess all Japanese.
And
games
Japanese. That was what I was
Yeah.
asking. 'Cause you got like Rockstar. You got EA. You got Activision. You got I'm sure that you got some other
And by
ones.
realistic setting, Skyrim's not a realistic setting.
Correct.
Would you say it
Skyrim
is?
I would
It's
not
not.
consider that a realistic.
Okay, cool. Just making sure because I guess you
Because
could say like
it's
yeah.
modern day is how I took that question.
Okay, cool. It's in a series.
Yes.
I always think Darksiders for some reason. I always feel like he goes Darksiders.
I know you always.
Okay,
think,
we need-
Darksiders
always
and
think
Dante's
Darksiders.
Inferno.
Okay.
You always think I'm picking for some reason.
Third person. He said not a shooter, right? It wasn't a shooter.
Not a shooter. We need to
maybe-
dive into that a little bit more to figure out what it is.
Is it
opinion.
would you say it's a beat 'em up? Or a hack and slash, same mostly
No,
smashing, beating up,
Is it
aggressive fighting.
That's not the genre of the game. No.
Okay.
is it a horror game?
That was 10. This
question.
is 11. It is not a horror game.
Good question.
Okay.
Not a horror game. It's not a shooter. What is your weapon even? Should I ask, like, do you carry a sword?
So it wasn't like a punchy game, right? You said because that's
It's
what
not.
you asked. Right?
It's not like it's not like Mafia. Like that's what I would or like
Okay.
Like,
Wait,
you know
what?
I mean?
No, I meant like, is it beat 'em up or hack and slash like Devil May Cry or something? DMC.
I wouldn't consider it like that. No.
Okay.
Is that a cartoony game?
No.
Oh, good question.
God damn it! So is it like some type of realistic?
Oh, yeah.
third
We
person?
always miss this. Is it a AAA game? By standard definition of what we consider AAA
No.
games.
I don't remember when this game came out if it was considered AAA or not.
But by today's standings.
I'm gonna give you a freebie and say I don't know. Because I don't want to give you the wrong answer and you'd be like, oh, it totally was when it wasn't, or like it, and I say no, or it totally wasn't if I say yes. So I don't know how you would define it with this specific game. I'll give you a freebie.
All right, fair enough.
Was it published by Rockstar?
No.
Damn it!
Do you play? No. It's not.
You might get screwed again there.
Should I ask? Are there zombies?
But it's not a horror game.
You could have
I mean,
Yeah,
like
guess
I
not.
wouldn't.
You,
I
you
wouldn't
need
consider like
to be
Left 4
shooting,
Dead a horror game.
and it's not a shooter game. So I mean,
You could say Dead Rising. Dead Rising is who? Dead Rising is
it's
Capcom.
Japanese called Capcom.
Capcom.
So I mean, it
Capcom.
doesn't
And it's the U.S.
Capcom. Capcom.
Capcom.
Capcom.
Now, because I gave you that freebie, I couldn't answer that question. I'm gonna give you a little hint on the previous question of is it a beat 'em up? There is punching in the game, but I wouldn't consider it a beat 'em up.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like I want to help you guys a little bit.
Okay, so I'm thinking of
What do you-
of games. So it's not Dead Space. It's
No.
not like Army of Two, because you shoot a lot.
Could it be no? By
Can
the
it be
way-
like a Transformers game?
No, Transformers not realistic.
True.
Dark
Well,
Sector.
Technically, it's in a realistic setting.
Yeah, but the only Transformers game would be War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron, which are not realistic.
Wasn't there the Dark Spark one, or that one actually took place on?
Oh, or any of the Transformers movie games, which
Yeah.
were plenty. That'd be fun.
Anyway,
So it's
come
not-
on. I need a question.
Not Resident Evil because it's horror, and he said no.
Is it based on?
That's Capcom anyways.
Is it based on a property that didn't
A Spider-Man game?
originate as a video game? So it's based on a movie, a book, etc.
Is it
Wait,
published by Activision?
What are you saying? Hold on. Which question am I going with? Am I going by the?
What was your
Jeffrey?
question, Jeffrey?
Is it was
Is it based
originally,
on a
like-
pre-existing IP? Is basically what
Yeah.
you're asking. It was not based on a pre-existing IP.
Interesting. Okay.
I was gonna
Oh.
ask.
Oh wow, prototype. Okay, hold on. What were you gonna ask? Is it published by Activision?
Yes.
Oh shit. Do you play as a character who primarily wears a hood?
Yes.
There
Nice.
you go.
Is it prototype?
Yes. 17 questions.
Nice.
Good job.
Oh wow, guys.
You know what I mean though with the AAA, like it's kind of a AAA game, but it's kind of not. It's like a
No,
THQ
no,
game
I know,
almost.
100%. I'd say 100% prototypes. If it's published by Activision, it's AAA.
But it was like not. I couldn't really
Wasn't
remember
at
when it
that
came out.
tier.
But you know what I'm
probably.
saying though, with the like, it's technically not a beat 'em up, but there is a lot of punching in it. Like it's an action adventure game, but
I would have said
Yeah,
yes to that one, honestly.
that's why I wanted to throw
Could
that
you
in
shoot?
where it's like
Could you shoot with your like arm or whatever?
you
I never
like
played. I was an infamous
shoot
guy.
a lance out with your arm or something, but
I'm saying, were there any projectiles? I don't know.
it was like a cannonball, I think.
You guys ever played that? Prototype 1 or 2?
Maybe
Never
I
got
don't
into
remember.
They always just looked like discount Infamous games to me, to be honest.
Dude, I know motherfuckers that swore by that game and said Infamous was trash. I'm like, alright, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, I wasn't even a huge fan of
Really?
Infamous, and even I will acknowledge, like I would 10 times out of 10 play Infamous over Prototype. It just never looked like the idea seemed cool
I
to
should
me,
give it
but-
I should have given it a try though, to be honest.
I didn't really play either. But good job, guys. 17 questions.
Nice. Ooh, goes clutch.
I think that we should switch it around, meaning Anthony should be part of the rotation too. Like every week,
That's
we
fair enough.
change the host.
I'm with that.
I was just doing it this way because that's how other shows.
Well, I
do
know
it.
that,
Just,
but
like,
I
one
think it
host
would be
doing it.
interesting to see if what game gets the,
Yeah, next
I'm sorry.
next time I will be the host of Game Time. We'll see how that goes.
and then after that,
No, we'll
I'll
do
be-
Miguel the week
Miguel
after. All
there.
right, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
That'd be interesting.
switch it around a little bit, you know.
But yeah, fun. Prototype. Remember that game?
At that where he kind of gets screwed. That's good.
Yeah,
stuff.
no. With the Activision question, you got it.
Yeah.
That was funny. Because I'm like, wait a minute, it had to be because it had to be. It was an American game, you know.
Yep.
But yeah,
Because
what
I
the
was
stat-
thinking of Spider-Man actually.
Yeah,
before-
That
you
also
said
is an
Prototype.
Activision game too, or games.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are the stats on that? You usually read the. You have the stats on that now. On that
For
game.
what?
On like prototype. I wanted to know.
Oh,
who
yeah, it was made by
developed
Radical Entertainment. I had it up and then I closed it because we got off topic.
What else did Radical work on? They're done, right?
I think they had major layoffs after Prototype 2. They did, I think, 3 Crash Bandicoot games. Prototype is an open-world action-adventure game developed by Radical Entertainment, published by Activision. The game was released in North America on June 9th, 2009, and the southwestern parts of North America, as well as Oceania, Is that how you say that? On June 10th and was released in Europe June 12th. Versions for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were released July 14th, 2015. Oh my god, that long ago. Alongside the sequel as prototype Biohazard bundle. Separate versions of the game became available on August 12th. So yeah, it's a game about a shape-shifting guy who I think his family got killed by some other guy or something. I don't know. Or no, isn't the main guy the first game the bad guy the second game?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Radical Entertainment, though, long history in the industry. They actually worked on Mario's Time Machine on the NES, but then they.
I think they're like a what's the word? Like, not ancillary. They're like a
Like they do work for hire. Like they work on like a bunch of until Activision bought them, in which they just worked on a bunch of
like they're like
games.
a supplementary studio now.
But yeah, after the closure, after Prototype 2, a bunch of the guys went to do some help on Destiny, so that's interesting. But yeah,
very, very
good
interesting.
game.
Wow, they did Simpsons Hit and Run?
Nice, really.
And Hulk
That was
Ultimate
a good
Destruction.
game.
That makes sense, actually. Hulk Ultimate Destruction would make sense for same type of game-ish. So, let us know if you have played Prototype 1 or 2 or any other game like that, I guess. I don't know.
Let's do this.
If you want to send in suggestions
what do you guys, before we close out, what do you guys plan on playing this week? Upcoming games. What's on our schedules?
Probably going to put some more time into Far Cry and Life is Strange Before the Storm. I've been really getting back into Hearthstone a lot. Like I've been I'm gonna try to keep up with the meta after this new expansion. Probably won't for long, but I want to try to at least. That's probably the majority. And I'm still chipping away at SteamWorld Heist on Switch.
Nice. There you go. You?
And Fortnite.
Some Fortnite. I'm gonna finish Life is Strange Before the Storm for sure. Play some more Far Cry 5. And if I had space for it, maybe start Monster Hunter. Probably not, but
You have Monster Hunter? Oh, on Gamefly.
yeah, Gamefly. I have it. I've been having it for a while. It's just
I know we were all supposed
Not
to
in the
play
mood for
together,
it.
but you're sending it back already. So
Yeah, I don't know, not the game for him. But yeah, I'm gonna try. Hopefully, I'll get probably Far Cry by the end of the week. Or actually, they also might send me Detective Pikachu, which I do want to try.
I can't.
And
Just a tip: if you're not gonna go for the platinum in Far Cry 5, just don't even bother with arcade at all.
Oh no, I
It's
was
not
in
fun.
some beta or
Just
whatever.
not
I got an invite from Uplay, and I did not enjoy that.
Yeah, it's not
But-
fun at all.
But I plan on getting way more hours into Ni No Kuni as well. And moving on to our Patreon shout out section. Let's give some respect to our 4 awesome patrons: Jack Moseri, Jake Meller, Jack H. Terzi, and Nathaniel Hicks. Without you guys, we wouldn't be alive. I'd just stop existing. Like a certain
I don't know about that,
Jedi.
man. But
in a certain film. But yep, that's about it.
Yeah, and just a quick side note again for game times. No, we don't call it that anymore. For Video Game 20 Questions, if you have a submission, Jeffrey's going to be the host for next week's episode. If you want to send a suggestion, private message Jeffrey, not me, because he's the one being the host. So, and we'll let you know who's going to be the host every week. But we'll probably do me, then Jeff, then Miguel, and then me, then Jeff, then Miguel. So.
Also, remember to check out our Discord. You could find that link. I wonder if you can make custom Discord links, like discord.com/psbestfriends.
You have to be able to.
Probably.
We'll look into it.
But that's on our facebook.com/group/psbestfriends on the sidebar.
And that is part of the
You can find
outro. This has been PS Best Friends Podcast, episode 46. For any questions, comments, and concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. Jeff's already did the podcast or the Patreon shout outs. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe us on your podcast app of choice. Give us a 5-star rating. That's going to give us a huge boost. It's going to get us noticed more, and by putting us higher in the charts, that's going to get more people listening. That's going to get more people in the Facebook group, which is going to get more conversations rolling. And you can find us there at facebook.com/groups/psbestfriends. And like Jeffrey said, you can also find our Discord link pinned at the top of that group. So Miguel, where can people find you?
they can find me at PlayStation Network, Dark Angel 1010.
And
Jeff.
you can find me where you could message me some games for game time or 20 questions. Mr. Brawl 96, Mr. Brawl96 on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and then Brawl96 on PSN.
And you can find me on PSN at the only X188. That's ONE spelled out, and then the number's 88. And you can also find me on Twitter at Anthony Palm. Anything else we want to touch on before we wrap up?
Check out, if you have Twitch Prime, SteamWorld Dig 2, Kingsway, Tales from Borderlands, Dub Wars, and Tokyo 42 are all free games for this month.
SteamWorld Dig 2, one of my top 5 games of last year, so check it out.
I highly recommend 3 of these games. Tales, Kingsway, and SteamWorld Dig 2, so check them out. Those are all DRM free, by the way. You just download them and put them on a USB and throw it out, you know?
You just have to download it from the Twitch client.
You have to download it from the client, but then DRM free.
After that, it's good. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
it's good to know. All right, thanks again for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends, episode 46, and we will catch you all next week.
Peace.
Peace.